Hello and welcome to PurposeSpeaker.com. My name is Don Diener and I'm a spiritual awakening teacher, guide, and life journey strategist or specialist, however you want to frame that. I wanted to make a introductory video for my website just to see, or introduce you to my website and introduce you to me and what I do and give you a little bit of background on my journey and what my qualifications are and what my qualifications, what qualifies me to be a spiritual awakening teacher and guide and life journey strategist or specialist. My background is I've been awake now for about 23 or 24 years, and it's been an amazing journey. And I've gained so much knowledge and so much insight on this journey. And I've learned so much about myself through introspection and just wanting to learn about myself. And that's part of a symptom of being awake is wanting to learn about yourself, and which I have done. And I've gone out and gained all sorts of life experience, life knowledge. Went back to get schooling. I also wanted to learn about life itself. A lot of questions being asked, once you become awake, as opposed to being asleep. So once that happened 23 years ago, or whatever it was, 24 years ago, it was just like a black and white experience. So between the inner questions being asked and the outer questions being asked, I have just gained a wealth of knowledge that I offer people. And unknowing to me, I have been helping people my whole life because of several things. I'll explain that in a minute. But um, when I became awake, I unknowingly was assisting people, and I was unknowingly helping people with the knowledge that I had. I just didn't realize it. And as I continued on my awakening journey, I kind of came to me that I was helping people in all aspects of life, not just on an awakening level, but I was helping people, and they were drawn to me too. I think it was something that you can see in somebody that, everybody's intuitive, but certain people have a different level of intuitiveness. And people were, drawn to me, and I was drawn to them, and I would end up helping them and continue them on their particular journey, not necessarily an awakening journey, but just on their journey, whatever that happened to be. So as my journey, which was an awakened journey, continued on, I realized that I was helping people. So I attribute that to my awakening, and eventually discovering that that was my true life's purpose. And that got validated one day with I have a meditation practice, and through my meditation practice, this it just came to me. A lot of things come to me through my meditation practice, but this particular instance, um, and I had been feeling around and exploring, which was another symptom of being on an awakened journey, exploring your true life purpose. And I had been feeling around, just like you see that light switch there. And I use the analogy, when people search for that true life purpose, it's kind of like feeling around for a light switch in the dark. You kind of feel around, feel around till you get it. And that was my case anyway. And I was on this particular meditation session, and I started crying when it came to me that I should be a spiritual awakening teacher and a guide, and a journey, specialist to help people on their way. And I had all the attributes, and I had all the experience. I had gained all this stuff. Um, what I didn't realize, which I learned later on my journey, was even before I became awake, when I was asleep, I had the qualities of an INFJ, which is a Myers-Briggs personality type. So I had that within me too. And I was an old soul, which is something a little more spiritual, but which is the belief that your spirit, your soul, has been reincarnated from different times. So I had the knowledge, and I truly believe in that. That's me personally, and that's very common among amongst certain segments of society, but I truly believe in that. So I gained the wisdom of being an old soul. And my whole life, I've been an empath slash intuitive. I did not know this at the time when I was growing up. Ever since I can remember, I had the ability of reading people and understanding people, and almost like reading their thoughts. And I could read situations and read feelings and thoughts. And I just had assumed, nobody explained to me different. I just assumed everybody was like that. But thank goodness for the internet. Since the advent of the internet, I've come to learn that not everybody can do this, that not everybody has this ability or skill, or these skills, this accumulation of skills. So I, would foster these skills, and I have fostered these skills, and I've explored these skills and these abilities of being an INFJ and being an empath slash intuitive and being an old soul. And I have used these unknowingly for a long time, and then finally knowingly to help people. So, um, one, I can recognize so many things about somebody right away. Being an empath, I read people. I don't even do it on purpose. It's just an automatic thing I do, and I can spot people and their situations. And now that I've been on my awakened journey for so many years, 23 years, I know what it's like. I know the challenges that poses for people, and I just offer so many things for folks that are on their own path, their own awakened journey. Um, and for those that may not understand when I explain to people what I do, and what my this calling of mine is, and what my quote unquote job is. I don't even consider it a job, but it's my life calling, my life's purpose. When people that aren't awake, that just are asleep and just don't know what I'm talking about, I just simply say I'm a life coach. I help folks along their way in their journey in life. So, but for those that can relate and can understand what I'm talking about, um, they can really relate to what I'm saying, and they can appreciate what I'm saying. So, um, basically, that's it. I'm running. I don't know how much time. I'm like almost 8 minutes here. So, I did want to just introduce myself. Again, my website that you're on right now, potentially, this is going to be on Facebook too, I think. But my website is purposespeaker.com. My name is Don Diener, and I am a spiritual awakening teacher, guide, and a life purpose strategist or a specialist. People call it different things. But I help folks that or are going through a spiritual awakening, or they may not know, they're going through a spiritual awakening. They may think they are. Oftentimes, what triggers a spiritual awakening is some sort of anxiety situation and or depression situation. Um, basically, generally speaking, what may trigger an awakening is some sort of crisis or trauma, which crisis or trauma actually equals suffering, or it could be a blissful situation too. But that oftentimes will trigger an awakening. So some folks just may not understand where they're at. They may be confused, and that's what I'm here for, to help them sort it out. So oftentimes it's one chat, and we can send you on your way, or a couple chats. That's just how it goes. So, but it's easily to fix, and just I often just comfort people. People just want to, because what we're talking about here is not too common of knowledge out there. It's not accepted. It's not understood in the mainstream or the main population. So people often just want to talk, and just want to talk to a friendly face, a friendly voice, talk to somebody that just understands what they're going through, and that's so comforting to people. So and that's what I do. That's part of what I do. So I can understand. I definitely can relate. You're not crazy. You're not whacked out. I know what you're going through. I can understand. I understand the challenges that you face, have faced, will face, and I'm here for you. So what I do is not expensive. I'm not here to make money off you. I'm here to help. That's part of my makeup. That's part of my background. If you were to Google INFJ, put those 4 letters in, um, your Google or whatever search engine you use, uh, put an INFJ, put an old soul, put an empath. All those things really have a good-hearted person at the base of what they are, what the foundation of what those things are. Really a sincere, caring person, um, and that's what it's about. So I'm really here to help people continue on their life's journey. And if it's an awakening journey, that's really what my specialty is. So if I can help you, please reach out. My contact information is on my website. Again, my name is Don Diener, and if I can help you, please just let me know. Thank you very much. Bye bye.